Today I have something special to show you because these are the Creative Aurvana Ace Mimis. These are a pair of wireless ANC earbuds that come with a unique dual driver setup that you don't often see on earbuds, especially at this price. And they also let you tune them to sound exactly how you want them to. Interested? Let's check them out. Before we go any further, I should mention that Creative did send me these earbuds for review, but no money changed hands. I had no input into this video, and all the opinions you're about to hear are honest and my own. Now, starting with the design and fit of these earbuds. They follow a similar design to the previous Ace 2 earbuds, just without the blingy gold bronze accents, which I actually prefer. The earbuds themselves are lightweight, weighing only 4.7 grams each, and combined with a choice of 5 different ear tip sizes, means that getting a good, comfortable fit isn't a problem. They do fit deep in your ears though. Now that's great for passive noise isolation, and it helps them stay securely in place. And I found them comfortable to wear for hours at a time. But if you're someone who doesn't like earbuds that sit deep in your ears, well, these might not be for you. Moving on to the features that these earbuds pack, and there's actually quite a lot going on here. First up, they're IPX5 rated for water resistance. Now that's not going to protect them if you accidentally drop them in a swimming pool, but it does mean they can handle sweat from workouts or getting caught out in the rain. For everyday use, that level of protection is pretty solid. There's lots of options here for noise cancellation too. The ANC does a good enough job of blocking out low frequencies such as traffic noise and the rumble on a flight, and whilst not good as the ANC on something like the Apple AirPods Pro 2, well, these are more than half the price of those. So for what you're paying for, these are good. Now, due to that deep fit I mentioned before, you also get a high amount of passive noise isolation, and that helps block out the higher frequencies that ANC modes have difficulty blocking. So it's kind of a case of design and function working hand in hand. Now, one thing I really like is that you can adjust the level of ANC in the mobile app. You're not just stuck with on or off. You can fine tune it and decide how much of your surrounding noise you want to block out. The transparency mode works in much the same way, just the other way around. You get to adjust how much surrounding noise you want to let in. It's a feature that I don't use too much, but it is super useful if you want to hear announcements at a train station, for instance, and listen to your music at the same time. One thing to note about the ANC though is that it definitely changes how these sound when it's turned on. Everything becomes more emphasized, especially the bass, which might not actually be a bad thing for some. You can jump into the EQ settings in the mobile app though to offset that if you want. More on that in a little bit. There is one thing missing here though that I really would have liked, and that's a wind mode. So there is no wind mode that explicitly helps to block out wind noise. So if you're outside on a windy day, you're definitely going to hear that wind rushing past your ears. Now, I live in quite a windy area, so for me, that's annoying. For others, it might not be a deal breaker, but it's at least something to be aware of if you spend a lot of time outdoors. If you intend to use these for making a call, then the microphone performance on these is pretty solid. In fact, why don't you have a listen for yourself? You are now listening to a mic test of the Creative Aurvana Ace Mini earbuds, so you can hear what it would sound like if you happen to use these for taking a call in a quiet room. And now this is what the Creative Aurvana Ace Mini earbuds sound like if you happen to be out and about and taking a call. There's a light breeze, but I think these earbuds still do a really good job of making my voice clear and well heard. Now we get to the most important part. How do these actually sound? And I think this is where the Creative Aurvana Ace Mini really starts to shine. The secret sauce here is the dual driver setup that consists of a 10mm dynamic driver that handles the bass and the mids. Then you have an XMEMS solid state driver taking care of the highs. That XMEMS driver delivers clear, detailed treble without any of the harshness you sometimes get with traditional drivers. The result is that these earbuds can deliver clear highs while still giving you plenty of weight and punch in the bass. And out of the box, you can definitely hear that bass, as it's a very V-shaped sound profile with both bass and treble emphasized. Now, whilst many will like that out of the box bass heavy sound, for those that don't, there are plenty of options for tweaking the audio in the Creative mobile app. You've got access to over 40 different EQ presets. $40. You've even got some EQ presets specifically designed for games like Fortnite and Call of Duty. And if that wasn't enough for you, then there's also a 10-band custom EQ if you want to really dial in the sound yourself. And if that still wasn't enough for you, then the standout feature of these earbuds has to be the Mimi sound personalization. This uses the mobile app to run through a hearing test, which is pretty thorough and tests your hearing ability across different frequencies and volumes. It then creates a personalized EQ profile that's unique to your hearing, and it makes a genuine difference using it. It's not just a gimmick. It fine-tunes the sound, it compensates for the natural variations in your hearing, and you come out the other side with audio that sounds clearer and more balanced. So it's definitely something that I'd recommend doing. Codec support is solid too. You've not only got SBC and AAC support for both Android and iOS devices, but there's also support for LC3, so that's low energy audio, and LDAC high-res audio, which is great for those devices that support it. Unfortunately, there's no aptX support here, but honestly, with LDAC being provided, most won't miss it. Now, moving on to battery life, which is always important with wireless earbuds, and these deliver good but not outstanding performance. You'll get up to 7 hours of playback on a single charge with ANC turned off. If you do turn ANC on, that does drop to around 5 hours. If you add in the charging case, you'll get up to 28 hours of playback from a fully charged case and pair of earbuds, and charging the case can be done using a USB-C cable, or even wireless charging as well, which is a nice touch. You can just drop it on any QI wireless charging pad, it will charge up without needing to mess around with cables. So that battery life isn't market leading, and that's mostly down to the dual driver setup that I already mentioned, which delivers great sound, but it does so at the expense of battery life. What do you think though? Would you rather have better sound or better battery life? Let me know in the comments down below. And no, you can't pick both. Personally, I think the battery life trade-off is worth it. So, should you buy the Creative Aurvana Ace Mimi earbuds? These have great sound quality thanks to that dual driver setup, effective ANC with customizable levels, comfortable fit for most people, and the sheer amount of audio tweaking that you can do with these that genuinely works is impressive. The battery life is pretty average, especially with ANC on. There's no wind mode for outdoor use, and the deep fit won't be for everyone. However, if you can live with their limitations at a price of only $130, which is about half the price of the Apple AirPods Pro 2, these offer great sound at a great price. I will put some purchase links in the description down below so that you can go check them out for yourself. If you do want to look at some other options though, then I recommend checking out the video up here. If you have enjoyed the video, give it a like. Consider subscribing if you want to see more of the same. Thanks for watching. And as always, see you in the next one.